Hey Jeff, how are you? Okay. Hi. Let me get the water. Oh, grab me a water. Hey Ann, how are you doing? Good. That's good. What's up? Wayne Rice. Okay. I know, right? I have no hand-eye coordination. Sheerly amazing. Alright. Well, hi guys. How's everyone doing?
You're doing good.
Call me Dino. Yeah. Get your phone and let's make sure you're busy day. No, today was actually a nice mellow Monday, which was great. Because after Saturday, what's that name of that movie where they found oil? There Will Be Blood. That was Saturday.
That was Saturday, yeah.
Ashan? Is that how you say that?
Ashan? Yes. Yes.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, he was the guy.
He was the guy.
Sent us a message Give me 1 second. Let me go.
Hi, honey.
Let me go and tell about that question.
They sent us a question?
Yes.
Awesome.
Really?
Well, yeah, if you're finding it. All right, so check it out. Let's get rolling. Let's get pumping. Let's get this show on the road, as they say. Last week was wonderful. I have 2 kicker comp R's on a 1201 high funks. How would you wire them? Are they single 4s or dual 4s or dual 2s? That's important.
Okay. So this guy.
Yes, this guy.
Aishan mentioned.
I know they're 12s, but what ohm? We need to know the ohm load.
Okay, remember the
Anthony.
8200 NEX, the update.
Yes.
This is low, and now you say that's what? 1.05?
Yeah, it should be 1.05 if I remember my day yesterday. Audison Bit 1 versus Rockford Fosgate 360. What's the difference besides price? The Audis, they're both really old. I would probably check out the new Audio Control 810. Is that what it's called? Yes, the new 810. Way cooler piece. It has a switch 2 or 4 ohms. So I believe your Hyphonics amp is 1 ohm. So flick them to 2 ohm and wire them both up to the amp.
Yeah.
If it's a 1 ohm stable amplifier, which it should be. Because I believe the 1200 is that. The 360 is cool. They both really do about the same amount of things, the Bit 1 and the 360. They're very similar in functionality. They're both also about 10 years old. I personally like the new, what is it, the Audio Control DM810.
Yeah.
It's got the RTAs are built into it, so it makes life a lot easier. A lot of those older pieces are finally getting over they're finally going into the past, because newer ones are coming out that are a lot cooler and easier to use. But yeah, check out that Audio Control. That's cool. We got to do a review on that because it's really pretty cool. And the nice thing about the Audio Control is that they will have a Bluetooth feature for it, so you'll be able to tune it with an iPad.
Right.
Phoenix Gold has their coming out, but it's probably going to be the end of the year. Focal just announced that they have theirs coming out. I did the 1.4 update.
Yes. So you say they have 1.5?
Hey, Corey. All right, things are really high from Soundwaves Car Stereo, West Australia. Damn!
Thanks.
Hey, Nathan. How are you? I'm not even going to do a crappy Australian accent. All right, hang on. I just did all these updates yesterday.
Hi, Frank.
On the Pioneers, I had.
Yeah,
I know. I downloaded them all yesterday, so I might be wrong because I was looking at like.
Yeah, well, he did it yesterday, and that was 1.04.
Yeah,
so.
I thought it was 1.05, but if my phone would start to work here, we'll know.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he say it works right now.
Yeah. Why
it's
would?
faster. So.
Yeah. Well, that for sure. I mean, that was the whole point.
Yeah.
All right. AVIC 8200.
Yes, sir.
NEX. Backtrack a little bit and make sure we didn't miss anything.
What's up?
What's up with the recycled videos last week?
Recycle?
The Jeep. Basically what it was is the one Jeep video we did was really long and had a lot of cool information in it, like the Bluetooth mic and just putting in a radio. Those are questions we get a ton of. So the reason why we recycled them was so that we could just cut them into smaller pieces, so that if you didn't want to watch the whole 20-minute video of how to put a backup camera, a radio, and all that, plus there was some scenes that we took out of the longer version that we put into the shorter version. So you know, trying to make content so that there's tons of content for you guys to see. That's just, I mean, sometimes we'll shoot a really long video and we're going to go back in and take out clips so that you don't have an hour or 30 minutes or 25 minutes or a half hour. You can get something in, let's say, 10 minutes. And that just does one thing.
All right.
So that was why that existed.
So, Jason, hey guys, from Chicago, I have a 4200 NEX. When I use an Android Auto, I listen to the music. How can I turn the volume down? When I receive text, it's freaking loud.
When you there's two volume controls. When you hit the volume
right here,
when it's connected, there'll be another volume right above it. That's the volume to turn that down.
That's notifications.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Plug your phone in.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so if
it is 1.04. Okay, so yeah. So that means the 4200 was 1.05. That's where I'm getting the 1.05. So if you went 1.04 on the 8200, you're golden. What sound reconstruction on rec? What sound reconstruct REC is that?
Okay, what's the name of the guy?
Hey guys from Chicago, for someone using it's he can still see. He's
okay.
Right,
so well, you turn the volume, you see that
there's two volumes.
Alerts.
It says alerts. Just turn that down,
so
and that will
turn it up or turn it down.
So you have to be out of Android Auto. You just have to have the phone plugged in, but be in the regular Pioneer screen, and that you can turn it down so it's not blasting you out of the car.
There you go.
What is sound is that sound reconstructor on the Kenwood? Kenwood in the menu, in the sound tools, like I like to call them, has a couple. One eliminates road noise. One brings back, if you're listening to compressed MP3s, will bring them, adds dynamic range to them so that it is better sounding. One of them makes it sound more lifelike. If you watch any of the Kenwood EQ videos we have, we talk about all that stuff as far as each one individually. Thanks very much, guys. Saved me.
Welcome,
what did we do for Jason?
4200.
Oh, okay. What did we do? I don't know. I'm just trying to answer questions.
I don't know what to do.
Hi, Haley. Want to go to the gym? Okay, so scoot over this way a little bit.
No, I don't want to be.
Okay, let me scoot that way. Okay. So, real quick, before you guys ask a couple more questions, the new AVHX 9100 BHS is in. This is a limited distribution model, which means that you can only get it from. Okay,
91.
I'll text you on my way out of here. You can. What did I say? 491?
No, you say like 3 something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. You can only get these at authorized Pioneer dealers, supposedly. Wink, wink. Whatever that means. Now, what is this and what is that? There's 2 of these. They have an X in them.
Yes.
And what that means is nothing. Actually, it's the one that denotes limited distribution. This guy right here. There's going to be 4 of these. 2 that are limited distribution, 2 that are not. This guy here is replacing the 5800. That guy there is replacing the 3800. They're doing away with the 1800 altogether, and they're going to have a 2800 and a 4800 equivalent, which is going to be the same models minus the 1. Now, those 2 radios you're not going to get the remote control with. You can't do a front camera, and it does not have HD radio. These all have those features.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what separates this from a 5800?
The X?
No, the model number. That's it. This is a 5800 with a new model number.
Same radio.
3800, new model number. There's no new features in any of these. These are the exact same radios, just... Yeah, one more question.
Change the button.
You gotta...
Okay.
Yeah, so what does that mean for you guys that have 3800s and 5800s? Nothing. It means that the new radio that just came out is the exact same radio. So you don't have to go out and buy a
one more
new
question.
AVH.
Waiting my sound system
Bill
installed in
just
my
laughed
car.
at us.
Don't want too much bass. That
Rattles my trunk.
rattle my trucks.
What's a brief idea? What should I get? What is he? Doesn't want a lot of bass? Just wants bass, but not a lot of bass?
Yeah.
Get a 12. Get
112?
112. One nice little 12. Do you guys also build boxes? Not too much anymore, no. Yeah, 112. Should I mount an amp to the enclosure? No. Try not to mount the amp to the enclosure. Couple reasons. One, subwoofer boxes vibrate and vibrates little pieces inside. It's not the end of the world. These things are built better than that. Two, you have to mount the amp like this. Three, if you ever want to take the subwoofer out, the amp is attached to it. That makes life difficult. Four, these amps are small enough that you can almost put them anywhere, and they don't have to go on the box.
Right.
We only in emergency will mount it to the box, but get a 12.
All right, it's for Jason. Yes.
Yes.
That's a different guy, but yeah.
Okay.
For Jason, get a 12.
Yeah, get a 12, man. Nice little 12, like Kicker, Alpine, or Rockford, all make a nice 112. Beautiful looking boxes that are reasonably.
Right.
I'm looking for one because I know there's one around here.
We have in the back.
And they're buried. Here's, like, for example. Ow. This is gonna hurt.
Careful.
This is gonna hurt. Oh, God. Okay. Yep. Like this guy right here. This guy right here is a nice little box. It's got a port on this side. Yeah. This will give you enough bass to make you smile, but not rattle the shit out of your car.
And they also come in like the Comp RTs. Yeah.
And there again, if you don't want to do the whole amp and you just want a nice amplified subwoofer, you also have the Rockford Fosgate. This guy right here, it's got an amp built onto it. It's the
Power Sub
P301.12. They're making it a 10 or a 12. Very nice.
Monoblock amp at 2 ohms.
Thanks, Vanna. You're mean. So mean. Monoblock amp at 2 ohms. What's the question?
That's about the 12.
Oh, yeah, monoblock amp at 2 ohm. What's a good one? If you're going to do that, you have the Kicker 300 by 1. There's also a Rockford 250.1, or R250.1 they're both about the same price. Hi guys, you sell something new.
Using the original backup camera for the Hyundai. Yes, we have
2000. Yeah, that's the check out Pack Audio. Pack Audio makes a Hyundai adapter that allows you to retain the steering wheel controls and the backup camera all in one.
Yeah.
Metra makes a USB auxiliary adapter that may or may not work. The Pack piece also has it built in. Typically doesn't work.
Yep.
But yeah, when are you guys going to see the F-150 video? When I get around to editing it. It was a long weekend and I edited everything else but that. Soon. A couple before that. That's actually going to be another 2-part video where we shot 2 videos at once and we're going to take pieces out of it and make another video. What are your thoughts on NVX subwoofers? Aren't those the woofers? I think those are the
NVX.
That's the Sonic Electronics brand, I think. I think that is.
NVX. Sounds familiar.
Yeah. The few distribution blocks is from the Hyundai.
Oh.
NVX.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's the same brand. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've never heard their subwoofers. I'm sure they're reasonably priced. There's a ton of reasonably priced subwoofers out there that, I can't say anything bad about them. I mean, I don't know anything about them. I believe that's a Sonic Electronics brand just for them.
How to properly set the alignment in the Pioneer?
The easiest way to do it is just buy the microphone and put it where your head goes. Press the go button.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, we do have a video how to do time alignment on the AVH. Otherwise, sit where you are in the car. Have a buddy measure from your ear to each speaker. Put those numbers in. You can do centimeters, and you're done. And then you just have to play with the volume.
What would be better? Use an aftermarket radio or use a stick
What
with the Addison B10?
What was the first part? You had a car.
What would be better?
What would be better?
To use an aftermarket radio or use like a stick with the Addison B10 processor on my 2012 Fusion.
Does your 2012 Fusion have the Sony system in it? All right,
Eric, that's for Eric.
Eric, what's the next question?
Hi guys, great videos. The last few weeks, looking forward to see 2 battery installs soon.
So are we. Next question.
When do you guys want to do a road trip?
To Australia?
Countdown to Australia.
God, you have no idea how bad I would love to go to Australia. Oh, that would be awesome.
CT wall.
So
sorry
that I could bust out my 5D Mark IV cannon. Yeah.
CT wall. Sorry if you doubled in post. Do you see any high resolution screen coming on the Kenwood or Pioneer decks?
No.
HD, I know.
Kenwood's got Pioneer has their whole new replacement for the current NEX stuff that they're keeping under lock and key until probably sometime in June. So we have no idea what they're doing. Do I assume that they're going to come out with something better than they have? Yes. I really think the only thing we're going to see is more capacitive touchscreens. I don't think we're going to see anything that's high def.
Okay, no, sorry. That's Eric. Oh, that's for the 2012 Fusion. You don't have this.
Oh, no, Sony. In that case, if you can replace the radio, replace the radio. Well, the bit might be the way to go. I mean, that's 2012. I don't know who makes the dash kit for that. There again, you might also want to look at the new audio control 810 DM810. A little bit easier to set up, just as fun as the Audison. It's got input, output, RTAs. It's a pretty bitchin' piece. But yeah, no, if you like the feel of the dash and the look and all that, go ahead and keep it. I mean, that's okay.
I have a Pioneer 7400. I guess it is. How can I watch Netflix on it?
Depends on your phone. The 7400. What is a 7400? So that's an old. That has to be old because it's 7800 now. What phone do you have? Not a question, but a statement. Massive audio is okay equipment, but customer service stinks. I have a massive audio DSP and never heard back when I had issues. Okay, now everyone knows.
So there
You're welcome.
Go
Eric.
Blue. I see a Michigan shirt in a few videos.
Yes, I am from Michigan, and I really like their logo because it's a cool big M. I also have a Spartan shirt. I just don't like it as much because I like the blue yellow. It's sexy.
That's a flip out.
That's a flip out. So what you're going to want to do
7.
is iPhone 7. Easy enough. You're going to need the iSimple Media Links cable, which is the RCA to HDMI. You're going to need an HDMI to HDMI cable, preferably one that's automotive grade. And then you're going to need the Lightning
AV adapter.
AV adapter that is HDMI to Lightning. If you go into any of our playlists, like AVH playlist and How Do I Watch Netflix or YouTube, we'll have a listing of all those parts.
Yeah.
Plug this into the AV on the back of the radio. There should be a yellow, red, white, or something close to that. Also, if it's a Pioneer, the auxiliary is also an AV input.
Yeah.
You just have to get something like a CA-C3AV auxiliary adapter from Kenwood. Get that one. Don't get the cheap one because they move shit around and always fuck shit up. And then you ask questions. But yes, then you can watch whatever you want from your iPhone on your screen.
Yeah. Cool.
iPhone 7 is real easy to do. I have one.
I have one.
I have the Plus, but whatever. He's got the 7. It's cracked. We use it as a hockey puck.
No, man. Got it.
What was that?
That was the iPhone 7.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Really? That was fast. LOL. Huh. Only with Pioneer, though. What was that, Daniel Davis?
And that's
Is
it.
Hertz good subwoofer brand? The audio shop I go to carries them. Hell yes, the Hertz is awesome. Millie, phenomenal. High energy, love it. Yes, dude. It's yes. There's no reason not to get Hertz. You can't see them, but there's three pairs of Hertz speakers over here.
Yeah.
Love them. We have them all over here. They're over here. I got a subwoofer over in the corner. Yes, this stuff is badass.
Yep.
Was that a pitch? I don't know. That almost seemed like a pitch. They don't pay me. Every now and then you do see me with a free shirt. They gave me a free shirt.
That's it?
That was it. Well, no, they didn't fly me. I had to pay to fly out. I got to go to California and play with some stuff once. That was exciting.
Okay,
Really.
thanks, y'all.
Froze my ass off. You know, you go from Florida where there's palm trees, sunshine, and all that, and you think you're going to California where
It'll
there's
be the
palm
same?
trees, sunshine, to be the same. And my dumbass didn't bother to take a jacket because I figured I was going from one hot state to the other hot state. No, I froze my butt off over in California. Me and the dude from Miami, we were freezing. We were like two little chihuahuas sitting in the corner shaking. God. And there was no one around. It sucked. CarPlay still $500 for free HE radio. Still 500.
Still 500.
It's still expensive. It's getting cheaper though. I mean,
Yeah.
you do have the 399s. You can. I know a lot of people have found the 4200 because the 4201 has just come out. So now I know you can get a 4200 real reasonable. And if you're trying to do CarPlay, the App Radio 4 is I'm pretty sure you can find that dirt cheap too because that's like 2 years old now and they're still using them.
Crossovers. Switch crossovers is better than
amp.
to
What is
use
he
in
meant?
on
Which
the radio.
crossovers? Amp or radio? It just comes down to you and who's touching your radio. I like using both. I like to use the radio as my immediate adjustment, and I like to use the amp as the lowest crossover point that these things can possibly play at. That way, if one fails, like the radio fails, I still won't blow all my speakers or my customers.
So Jason say, sweet, thank you guys. Now I know I can go for my sound system. Okay?
Perfect. Power acoustic PDN. What? I didn't read
It's
that.
possible to do you do. It's possible to, you know, I don't know.
Anthony, get a ported box for your two
Good
comp
thing.
Rs. Ported. Unless you listen to rock and roll, in that case, get a sealed box. But if you want boomy, strong bass, you want a ported box.
Okay, so for Daniel, power acoustic, it's possible to, I don't know. I mean, we never
Possible
tried
what?
to probably like the Netflix or something.
Yeah, as long as your radio has an AV input, you can plug an iSimple Media Links cable into it. And if you have an iPhone, you can do the Lightning to HDMI. If you have an Android phone, more than likely you're going to be able to use some form of a Miracast dongle. CarPlay is an app then? No, CarPlay is not an app. CarPlay is built into the phone and built into the radio. When the two see each other, it automatically turns on. There's no app involved. Android Auto is an app that allows the phone to communicate with the radio. So they're different but equally the same.
Okay, so what kind of buys would you recommend for the 212
I got that one.
Compart?
Yeah, I
Okay,
got that one.
yeah.
Netflix, correct. iPhone
iPhone
Plus,
Plus.
7 Plus.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
yeah. You can watch, dude. What you're seeing now, like this video that you're watching us do, we're watching the same. Hold on. Oh wait! Hey, wrong way. Stupid. Why are you so stupid? All right, hold on.
Stupid.
Photo.
Just change your.
Where's the damn button? It's
no,
not.
just change your camera.
I'm trying. How do you flip it?
Here. You are in what?
There.
Photo, right there?
Okay, sorry. I'm an idiot. All right, so.
Go back a little bit. They can focus.
God, it's so bright.
Turn it this way.
Okay. No. What am I doing?
There you go.
All right, there you go. So you see this right here? This is an iPhone 7, and it's connected to a HDMI to Lightning adapter, and then I can't see it anymore.
You go in the
Oh,
different
yeah.
side, dude.
I don't know. Anyways, there's the TV. There's a big ass TV screen behind us. Yeah, this is a bad example.
Go
Okay.
back.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, it still sucks. Either way, what we're watching is we have a TV set up here, and we're using these cables to watch whatever. You can watch whatever you want. Haha, Casey Neistat wanted to use Mirror Buddy. I love Casey. Do you guys build the boxes? No, we typically don't. I sneeze too much now. I'm getting old. The dust bothers me, and I'm screwed up. So, if we need a custom box, we have a company that does it for us. We just make the measurements, design it, and then they'll build it. Or we just have the pre-made Kicker boxes here already from Kicker that we can sell you.
How good are the 4-way door speakers in the SUV? To be honest, with the 7400, I think it's happy with the same speaker.
You know, a lot of times when it comes to not being happy with the speakers, it typically comes down to not having enough power to make you happy with them. 18 watts by 4 is typically what a deck has.
Let me turn it off.
18 watts by 4 is not going to power speakers adequately. What type of system do you recommend for 2015 Ford F-150 4-door? Does it have the Sony system? Or the 3 or 4.3 inch TV screen for your F-150? I just read that.
6.5 components.
Indian from UK. The hater of the OK screen. What's going on, man? The sad thing is I know who he is because of that. Alright, they're flipping by.
Okay.
Stop drinking. What was after the hype from the UK?
From the UK. What some 6.5 components are recommended under $100?
Check out the Pioneers. Check out the Pioneers or check out the Kicker CX line. Or the Rockford Prime. They should all be about in that same price point.
Okay.
Anthony,
is there any way you guys can give me a
measurements for a
subs?
sub? Most manufacturers are really great about that. Kicker actually has a app you can download that'll give you the measurements for the subwoofer. You can it's a Kicker app that you can get it on the store. They also, if you go to their website, they have a box builder app on the website.
Okay, Danny, he said
he
you
the
have
F-150?
2015. Yep.
So no Sony.
No Sony system.
Do you have the 8-inch screen or the 4.3-inch screen, Danny? So do you recommend me getting an amp replaced with
the factory amp
that I'm running now? You running a factory amp?
Huh?
What?
I'm lost.
The last guy.
Yeah.
Which guy was that?
So do you recommend getting an amp replacement with a factory amp?
Yeah, get it. He has it. Okay. Yes, replace the factory amp. Should I get an aftermarket amp? Yes, get an aftermarket amp. What kind of car do you have?
Aaron.
What?
Aaron.
Aaron. Aaron, what kind of car do you have?
Danny. Yes, he got the 8 inches.
Yes. Okay. So you have 8 inches. Rock on. Keep the factory radio. You have 6x9s in the front, 6.5s in the rear, tweeters in the dash. Non-Sony system. If you have the V8, you're lucky. If you have the V6, you're going to have the god-awful front engine noise. You're going to have to go high level out of the radio into some form of an EQ processor. We typically use the audio control, either the LCQ1 or the DEQ61.
Yeah.
Focal makes awesome 6x9 separates in the integration series that have sounded really nice in the front of those. They make an integration series 6.5 for the back. If you like to go high end, check out the Focal or Hertz High Energy, Focal Access. If you want to just go loud, check out Rockford's Punch or Power Series 6x9s in the front door.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Tony, what model of the radio you have? The 491 and the 391. That's for Tony.
Okay. He has an 03 Denali.
Yup.
What was the original question?
Yeah, do it. So.
Oh, the Bose. Should he replace the factory amp? Yes. Get rid of the factory amp. If it's not Bose or if it's Bose, If you've got aftermarket speakers in there, get rid of the factory amp.
Okay.
Get a new amp. Get a nice 4-channel amp, power everything. Or a 5-channel, put a subwoofer if you don't already have one.
When will you guys have a video for the Bluetooth update on the NEX unit?
Okay, so that was really weird. I'm glad you asked that. Okay, I don't know what happened here. This is very peculiar. When they first released the update, it was 2 updates that you had to download and do one after the other. Yesterday, I spent the whole day downloading these on the computer so we could do the updates. They have combined the Bluetooth and the software update into one update. So if you have a 4200, the new 1.05 update has both updates in one folder. It's really weird. Okay. So I don't know if we're going to do a video on those because it's the same video we'd be doing in the past.
Okay, Danny, I really want more bass. I really want more bass. I have 2.7. It doesn't have engine noise.
It doesn't have engine noise?
It doesn't.
What do you mean 2.7?
That's the F-150.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Either way, you're gonna need some form of EQ because the Ford system sucks, and the audio control ones are simple enough that they're easier to use. Obviously, you could get a bit, you could get any form of processor, but you need some form of an EQ to go to. We'd like to put 5-channel amps. Our popular amp that we do in the Fords are the Alpine PDX V9. We just got done doing one the other day that we filmed that we haven't put up yet, where we used the Phoenix Gold 1600.5. Turned out really nice. Yeah. We've also done multi-channel amps in there, but yeah, the 4150, you're good.
A lot.
You're good,
yeah.
But you do need a processor because what's coming out of that deck is crap.
Okay, so
I did both
Ed,
updates for the.
Wait.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just reading.
Ed, I have a Nissan Cube with the tweeters in the top of the dash pillars.
Okay.
With the Rockford Prime tweeters fit in the stock location.
Yeah, they're small. They'll fit.
Okay. Now you can.
Did both the system and the Bluetooth update. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was looking for yesterday. I don't know. It would drive me crazy.
I already did 1.5 version
update before they combine them. Should I reinstall the update and get the Bluetooth update? No. Yeah. I don't know if it'll do it. Give it a try. I don't know. It was weird. So you have a 4200.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it was so bizarre. I knew that the two were separate, but even on here, I'm looking at the update for the update. It just says downloads, and it doesn't give me any option to do the Bluetooth. And then when you go to the notice for updates, it says this firmware update. Where's it at here? Warning, improves. Somewhere around here it says the updates are 2 updates in 1. Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, bizarre.
Okay. So, Donnie. LOL, thanks. I was shot.
Yeah, it says right here, please note this update has 2 parts. You will download 1 file, but 2 installation sequences will be performed. So originally, it was 2 parts, but now it's just 1. Yeah, give it a try. I mean, because they're not broken apart now, so I guess it should do both. I don't see why it wouldn't. We've updated radios to older and then had to go back and update them to newer. So, all right. So what was?
Well, thanks. I will shoot you an email and get details and prices.
What was that question for?
That's it. I don't know.
Okay. Well, which one is the kicker amp IC4? It is the. Hold on. What is it? CS.
IC4. Okay, everything it was in 1 file, but have to do separate. Okay, so the updates are the same file.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, normally it does those on its own. I don't know. I gotta. Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I was looking for what is it? A CX 600.1. or a CX 300.1.
Okay, what will you...
But I had to do them separate. Okay. Did you do that update like right that week that it came out? I'm just curious because I mean I remember the week it came out I went online and they had 2 separate files you had to download and a whole different thing, and yesterday I was like, what the hell happened here? It made no sense to me. Okay, what is he asking about swapping the amp in my Denali?
What will be something like that run me with you guys swapping my amps in my Denali?
Do you have the Bose system in the Denali?
Okay.
Thanks, guys. I'll try the Rockford Prime. What was that? Thanks, guys. I'll try the Rock.
Thanks, guys. That's the tweeters.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, right when I came out. So Jason did the update.
Okay, right when it came out. Okay.
And the other guy, the other guy did it last night.
Okay.
In the 8100, 8200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, guess what? What will something like that run me?
Oh, for
the Denali.
Denali. Give Paul a call tomorrow. 727-216-6170, and he'll help you out with pricing. We don't get involved in that part of this fun little creative adventure we're on.
They're gonna give you a for you price.
Yeah, ask for you YouTube price. Can't find it. Do you have a picture of the app? Which app? The CarPlay? It's built in. Android Auto, your phone will show it if it's compatible. What app are we looking for?
I don't know what app.
What's up from Alaska?
From Alaska.
Hey.
It's freezing over there, huh?
It's always cold in Alaska. That's why you have winter.
What's the difference between the monoblock amp and the 4-channel amp?
New to this.
No.
A monoblock is 1 channel. A 4-channel is 4 channels. Used to be able to say a monoblock was always a Class D or an AB 1 channel, and that the 4 channels weren't. The Pioneer app. Radio Live.
Well, he say the kicker.
No, Haley. Pioneer app.
I mean Anthony say I can find the app.
Oh, kicker app.
He say the kicker app.
Okay, hold on. Anyways, a monoblock is typically for a subwoofer because it's only got 1 channel. You can hook up as many subs you want to it. The app is called the Kicker U app. It's this guy right here. Kicker U. It might not be available anymore because it's old. Never mind. But you can. The same app information is on Kicker's website.
Yeah.
If you're local, we have the Kicker boxes already made up with the subwoofers out of them. You can just pick one of those up and call life easy. Mm-hmm. So anyways, monoblock, sub, 4-channel, highs. 5 channels typically have a monoblock and a 4-channel all built into one so that you can do a small sub and a 4 corners of your car. It's a 4-channel because there's typically 4 speakers in a car.
Okay. How size I can put in my Kicker comp are 10s?
I wouldn't go anything bigger than the 600 by 1.
Remote turn on wire questions. I have 2 amps and a DSP. Should I
daisy chain, the remote turn on. It just disappeared.
Daisy chain, the remote turn on a wire, or I use distribution block to get a signal to the 3 pieces.
Okay. I'm guessing then that your DSP doesn't have remote out. A lot of the DSPs have remote out. If you're trying to turn on 3 things, you're going to want to use a relay to power up all 3 things. If the radio, or if the sorry, it's like answering 50 questions. And okay, so if you're powering up 3 things with a remote turn on, that's an amp and a half of turn on. The radios typically have a half amp output, so you're going to want a relay coming off of whatever the source unit is, going to the relay. Out of the relay, you're going to wire it off to the 3 products you're trying to turn on, unless the processor has an input and an output. If that's the case, come into the processor, out of the processor, into the 2 amplifiers. The relay will be built in the processor. It does not have remote out. So use a relay. So source unit is going to be 86, ground 85. 87 is going to go to the amps. You just wire it off to the 3 things, and 30 is going to be constant 12 volts. Next question.
Okay. What size of the kicker amp?
600.1. We got that.
600.1. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
How many watts will you recommend to use on the Denali amp?
You guys have live shows. Didn't see it. You really only need like a 75 by 4. We have a ton of 4 channels that'll do that. All different sizes. Kenwood Exelon makes a really nice guy that's about yay big that tucks just about anywhere. It's 75 by 4. I believe it's under $200. It's awesome. They also make a 5 channel. It's a little bit bigger if you want to do a subwoofer. That's like 75 by 4 and 300 by 1. Okay. So we got a ton of stuff.
Okay, Mike, I have you guys ever had an issue on the Pioneer 8601? I just have mine replaced using the warranty. We
typically have never had a problem with the 8601. However, we know there has to be problems with an 8601 only because we do also get the refurbished ones in that come with a 90-day warranty. So if there was never any issues in them, they wouldn't have refurbished ones to sell. So is the amp perfect? No. Do we ever have problems with them? No. But an amp is an amp. People are people. Not everyone knows how to hook up an amp.
Okay.
Not saying you don't. I'm just saying in general. So.
A budget $100, $150
for
4-channel amp.
With installation? Not gonna happen.
I guess just for the amplifier.
Just for the amplifier? Yeah, I mean, we have amps that are in that price range. Keep in mind, this is what you have to remember. The highs amp is the most important amp in the equation. It's what you hear. So if you go low on that, you're not going to enjoy it as much. So, you want to... I think the Kenwood is pretty close. We have amps at that price. I think the Pioneer is like $170 or $180. Okay. So that's really nice.
So Thomas.
Yes.
Do you think Alpine will update the PDX amps anytime soon?
Yeah, they have a brand new PDX amp coming out this year. Should be within the next 2 months. Hopefully by June we'll have the new ones. Yeah. I've seen them. I honestly didn't remember what I couldn't tell you what they look like. But yes, they have new PDX speakers, new PDX subs, and new PDX amps coming out.
Okay, for Oscar, that's in Spanish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mándame un mensaje por aquí mismo y ya yo te respondo, pero en realidad puede ser la conexión de tu teléfono. La compañía de tu teléfono que tengas podría hacer eso. Alright, Alex, any comments for Orion speakers?
Damn, those things are monsters. Big speakers.
Taiwan. I have a 2008 Dodge Charger SXT. Should I add bass blockers to the front speakers?
Well, the front speakers in the dash, yes, because they're 3.5s or 2.5s, depending on what you got going on. Yeah. If it's an aftermarket system, it's a factory system. No, they're actively crossed over from the amplifier. If you're talking about the ones in the doors, those are 6x9s. Those are subwoofers. There again, depends how you're running it. If it's aftermarket and they just put speakers in the dash, speakers in the door, new radio, and didn't put caps on them, yes, caps for sure.
Okay, hey guys, I would like to know how will I hook up my top dash Polk Audio DB351 3.5 to work with my 5800. Connect the Pioneer 8604 4-channel amp, front speakers, Polk Audio, the DB690 rears, 6.5 coaxials, MTX up. Connect the Pioneer 86 DBA60. Do you need bass blockers?
Yes. 3.5s and 6x9s.
What size?
47 microfarad. Or if you just go online, I believe Stinger sells them by size. But we run 47 microfarad caps on 3.5s.
And connected to the amp?
Connected to the speaker. Put it to the speaker. We do have a video up on caps in the Installation bay. It's got 3 caps on the image. I don't remember what the title of the video is, but we have a whole video talking about caps, sizes, and stuff like that. And I believe in that video we also have links to caps for 3.5.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, Greg.
So, what is the best recommendation for a single DIN radio with all the Pioneer options?
8800.
8800?
8800.
Okay.
Just get the 8800. I mean, honestly, it's the best Pioneer radio they make. Take the PRS-80 out of the equation because it's old. The 8800 is the flagship single DIN radio. It has all the features that you could ever possibly want, and it's extremely reasonably priced for what you're getting. It's insane. It does ARC, so you can control it from the phone. We do have a video up on YouTube, the 8800. Check it out. And it's got a really clean output. Hi, guys. You bet, Frank. Hi, guys.
Okay, hi, guys. Do you guys say hi to my kids, Trevor and Peggy?
Trevor and who?
Peggy.
Peggy. What?
Peggy.
Peggy?
Yeah.
Hi, Trevor.
And Brooklyn.
Hi, Peggy. Brooklyn in the house.
Wheel watching. That's nice.
Well, it's a good family. I'm glad we can be here for the family. Now this just means I have to watch all my profanity. Wonderful. Great. Hope they're older than 5.
¿Cómo puedo conectar mi Galaxy 7 a un Pioneer 4700? Oscar, mándame un mensaje y ya yo te digo, tenemos videos en YouTube para que tú veas cómo se hace, pero déjame un mensaje por aquí. What's the difference between ported and a seal box?
Ported is going to be boomy and typically have a peak somewhere where it's going to get really loud. It's going to have a more limited frequency response. Sealed is going to have a wider frequency response, have no peaks. People typically say a sealed box sounds more original. It sounds tighter and more lifelike. Most people build ported boxes because they want the peak and they want the loud. We just had a situation this week already where the guy was a Metallica fan. He wanted that dum 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 dum. Paul had sold him a ported box, sounded like total dog shit playing that, so we switched it out to a sealed box. Everyone was happy. Just depends on the type of music you listen to.
Okay, Mike say thank you.
Kids say hi. Hi, kids.
It's the Kicker Comp R10s.
Are they
Some
good?
good subs, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Kicker Comp R's have been they've been replaced? No, as Comp. Dude, Kicker makes so many woofers now,
Yes.
it's retarded. No, the R's are good. The R's are good.
Not Peggy. It's
you know.
Paige. Paige. Yes. For Mike?
What are we talking about?
Haley say it's not Peggy, it's Paige.
Okay.
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 I'm sorry.
Hi, Haley.
Gracias.
Debbie
Saludos
says hi.
desde Maryland. Maryland. Okay. Hi, Haley.
Metallica.
Metallica.
Okay, so we
yeah.
caught up?
Yeah.
Ours good.
The kids say hi. They
Kids
say
say hi.
Yeah.
Future car audio enthusiast. All the way, man. You know, I laugh at that because it was like when I was in high school, we always talk because we spend 6 days a week together from 9:30 to 6:30, and then we do these silly things, sometimes more. And, you know, so we get to talk about things like that, like when I was younger. And honestly, I was not an audio fan at all. And my buddy turned me on to this, and it turned into a career. It was real silly. But yeah, no, audio is cool. It kept me out of a lot of other things because I had no money to spend on bad things.
Yeah.
You know, it was like I was jonesing. I was over in the corner like that, you know, man, I just need 50 more bucks. I can get that Clarion EQ, man. I need that Clarion EQ, dog, because it's got the setting for the 40 hertz. I can lift it up and make it louder.
I have a 2006 Lexus GS 300 stock unit, JL Audio SSI, and a CL441 DSP clean suite.
Yes.
My problem is there is a strong line noise, zero volume. How can I get rid of it?
Oof, man.
Clean suite.
That's a tough one, man. That is tough. Anytime you're integrating with a factory radio, there's always a chance of something sucking along the way. And high frequency noise is typically that. There's usually a floor noise. There's usually some sort of a, you need an EQ.
Okay.
Sometimes a simple noise filter, but typically an EQ.
Okay, Timothy, because I have a Pioneer 760 watts amp.
What's the question?
I think that's for the 210s.
Oh, 700. Yeah.
The 760.
Yeah, that's the.
But the RMS is 125.
Yeah, it's kind of small.
Yeah, so
That's those on, the other amps that they
get
make.
like a 8601.
James Reeder, I'm a fan. I'm a fan too, James. I'm a fan of you. Hey, James, I got 2 cars coming your way.
Hey.
Daughter and dad are coming this weekend, I believe.
So Leandro says, time to do some karaoke. You want to sing?
Well, I had the time of my life. I don't know why that came in my head.
There you go. Next.
I got keys coming from overseas. I won't say the next line. Okay, Rockford Fosgate R2D4s are good subs. R2s.
R2s. That's the
Yeah.
Yeah. If you got a little bit more.
P1s, man. Start with a P1, P2, P3. That's where you want to be. Anything that has an R in it is the only thing cool with R is R2D2.
Hola, Vane, ¿cómo estás? Saludos.
I'm not a fan of the R's. I'm sorry. Okay, moving on.
Okay,
What did we miss?
that's it.
Timothy Cole. What was Timothy Cole's? Yes.
Timothy
Why is Vanellope sad?
Vane, that's Vane.
Why is she sad?
Oh, because I don't say hi, so I say hi.
Okay, well, don't make her sad. Good gosh, man. So, can I put the
Can I-
SSL 2000 watt amp on them?
Oh, that's on the 10s? Yes, I think that's the 10s. The Compartees.
Well, if it's an SSL 2000 watt amp, chances are good it's really only about 800 watts. So,
Just be careful.
be careful. Always start with the gain all the way down.
Yeah, just turn it down.
Keep the gain all the way down. Set the crossover like 80 hertz. Keep the bass boost down. Turn it on and see where you're at.
Yeah.
I made Mike laugh.
You?
That's what it says.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's related to Lance.
Good, this is the last question.
Okay. 25 people have reacted to this video so far. Really? Only 25? Feels like I just got shot with an Uzi of questions.
No, shit.
We really appreciate you guys asking these questions. This is why we do this. We try to make, because
Try to answer.
We try to answer as much as we can. I mean, I stay up real late at night trying to answer all the YouTube questions so you guys, what kind of EQ is better to get rid of engine noise? It's not necessarily the EQ. The only reason why I said EQ is because then you can go in and sometimes turn down the high frequencies and to get rid of the to get rid of that whine or that hiss sound. The other thing too is check the gains on the amplifiers. A lot of times too, if the gains are up too high, you'll get that problem. With that particular processor, the clean sweep, the gains should be relatively low. So you might not actually be getting the noise from the car. You might be getting it from reaction of the clean sweep and the gains on the amplifier. Just try turning them down first.
Mm-hmm.
Like turn them all the way down. It's see where it's at. You might lose some volume in the beginning, but you might pick up the volume in the end. So that's where I would start on that one. We appreciate you guys doing these videos. Seriously, I always look forward to watching them. Thanks. That means a lot because without you guys looking forward to us doing these or asking these questions, we'd be sitting here doing this. And I'm really good at it because every time I have to flash one of those iData Link Maestro modules,
that's what you do.
this is what I'm doing because it takes forever. That might be too because we're using Spectrum Internet that sucks.
James, I need bass. Me too. I need more.
I need bass too, man, but
Yeah.
we all need things. It's just life is needy. I believe it's coming from the stock amp. That's a total possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you might want to think about doing so Lexuses are weird. Typically, a Lexus has so a Lexus will have a left and right. Typically, will have a left and right fixed volume output coming out of the head unit that you can test, meaning it's going to be left-right. There's going to be no independent volume control, meaning when you turn the knob up and down. If it does, those are full range. You could take those full range inputs and put them into something other than a clean sweep, something that has an external volume control, like a bit, or just a I'm trying to think. Like an EQ that has a volume knob on it.
Can I bypass the amp?
Yes, but the thing of it is you may lose things like navigation volume. Your Bluetooth might do funny things because sometimes they have multiple channels into the amplifier. So what you'd want to do is find the left and right signal coming into the amplifier from the radio that doesn't work with the volume knob. Take a test speaker, hook it up, and then play things like nav, play things like Bluetooth, and make sure you get those sounds. If you get those sounds, you can take that signal right into an EQ that has a volume control, or a processor that has a volume control. So you wouldn't be able to use your steering wheel controls anymore, but you could turn the volume up and down from a knob.
All right. So Brian Hamilton, I've been there a few times on the weekends, but there is another guy there. Do you guys there through the week?
We're here 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. We're in the install bay portion of this. If you've been to the store, there's a second sign that says Car Stereo. We hang out there. Paul is the owner.
Tell Paul.
He's the sales guy. If you have questions that he can't answer, which typically people do, he'll call us. We'll come down and we'll help you out.
Yeah. What's the best radio for an iPhone?
Anything with CarPlay?
Yeah. 4200, 8200.
9903,
9903,
Sony,
yeah.
AVX 100. It really comes down to what features you want. If you want CarPlay navigation and stuff like that, you want one of those. If all you want is really kick-ass Bluetooth and, controlling like Pandora, Spotify, and stuff like that, any of the Pioneer AVH-X radios will do that over Bluetooth. It's pretty awesome.
Yep. Thanks for the info.
Love you guys. We love you too. No hugs and kisses. No homo. Okay?
Wow, that's me.
What do you think of Audio Frog? I hate frogs. I have a fear.
Well,
I have a
it's
fear of
different than
frogs.
audio frogs.
Not audio frog. I have this unnatural fear of frogs. They freak me the f out.
I have the 4800.
I haven't heard any audio frogs. Everything I've seen and people talk about, and guys that I respect in this industry really love them. So I would assume that they're a pretty good product.
Well, for Brian, he have the 4800.
For what?
What kind of radio is good for
4800
iPhone?
is awesome for an iPhone. Go into the smartphone settings under menu, tools, input-output settings, smartphone. That was quick. Sorry. And select iPhone, then select Bluetooth, and stop plugging your phone in. You can control the iPhone, the Pandora, the Spotify, all without plugging it in, and it works amazingly.
But if you want CarPlay, definitely you need like a 4200.
And if you decide you do want to plug it in over USB, you can download App Radio Live and Waze and control Waze from the radio. Boom. Do you know if Pioneer will update the firmware
For the 4800, yes.
to what? I mean, really, there's nothing there to update. Other than fixes, maybe, but no, I doubt it. The new radio just came out, and I believe it has the same firmware in it as that. So. Brian Hamilton's laughs. Brian Hamilton, what was I was saying doing plugging it? What? That's what I was saying. That's what I was doing plugging it in. Yes, if you don't like to plug it in, just do what I just said. You don't have to plug it in anymore. It's awesome. Thanks,
I have
guys.
an issue with the apps.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Battery's going down.
Well,
I have an issue with apps.
that's the 48. Yes.
Yeah, there are no apps. You have one app, App Radio Live, and then App Radio Live will load its crappy app, and then you can do Waze. That's it. That's all there is to it. What are updates?
Where are the updates for the Pioneer website?
You can go to Pioneer and go to the 5800 page, and where it says support, click on that. It'll take you all the way down to where the updates are.
Yep.
If it has one. You can also, they have an updates page, and you can type in the model of the radio /updates, and it'll be there as well.
How can I get Waze on the 4200 NEX for Android?
You can't. Thanks to Android phones doing away with their MHL compatibility, you no longer can do that type of control from your Android phone into the radio. Has nothing to do with the 4200. It has to do with the phone manufacturers deciding that they don't want to support MHL anymore and that they want to go wirelessly. Some of them don't even want to go wirelessly. So right now, no Waze on a 4200. It sucks. I know. But it's not Pioneer's fault. It's the phone manufacturers.
What does the update for the 4200?
What does it do?
Well, yeah.
I think I have it right here.
Okay, maybe it's not really compatible for the iOS. I mean, it's really compatible.
What?
The 4800.
Yeah, the 4800 works in iPhone awesomely.
Awesome.
The NEX update improves user interface processes of smartphone setup, revises the caution message related to connecting an iPhone via Lightning to digital AV adapter, corrects a music display issue related to iOS 8, and later minor bug fixes.
Awesome.
To Pioneer on their website.
That's for David.
What does the update do for the 4200?
That. The same.
Do you have an iPod mods? The double DINs seems old tech to me. Have you had iPod mods? Double DINs seem old tech to me. No. However, if you want to do one, Soundman is the guy to deal with.
Yep.
He will have a website full of people that can do that for you. I believe, was it SRQ? SRQ down in Sarasota. They do a good job. But if you're out of state, Soundman has a dealer base that he has certified iPad installer guys. Mm-hmm. So you can go to his Metra or Scosh.
Oof. It's like 50-50, man.
It depends. Okay, when it comes to dash kits, I always go to Best Kits first. If Best Kits doesn't have it, then it's whoever has it. Metra, Scosh, and there's 4 other companies that make dash kits as well. I don't care whose name on it. When it comes to electronics, they both suck. It's just, they're necessary evils in this industry. We carry all of them. I mean, we have more kits. If you saw how many kits we had, which I think we showed in a couple videos, it's insane. We don't give a crap whose name is on the kit. Mm-hmm. We just want the kit. Plain and simple. If you want to put a radio in your car, we want to make sure we have the kit. So if Metra makes it, great. If Scotia makes it, great. If we have a kit and both of them make it, we try to get them both in, and we'll do comparisons between the two. Like, for example, the Camaro kit, back when Metra and Scotia were the only 2 people making that kit, the Scotia kit looked cooler, but it was a piece of crap. The screen always failed, so we ended up going with the Metra kit. Now that Pack Audio makes one, they're both gone. We carry that one.
Okay, so, yes. But when I open the app radio, the application freezes. This being... Okay, so probably it's just update in the iPhone.
Well, make sure everything is up to date. Definitely go onto the website and make sure the 4800 is up to date. Yeah. And then also make sure that your phone is up to date. It's the 10 point whatever thingy. We ran into that problem the day when we were filming the videos. My phone wasn't up to date. His phone was up to date. My Bluetooth wouldn't pair for shit. His Bluetooth would pair right up. It was driving me crazy, so I had to stop the video, do the update on my phone, so that we could then do the video on how to pair the Bluetooth. It was driving me nuts. Yeah, drove me crazy.
Yes, sir.
All right. We're almost out of battery life here, so I think we're going to call this a night. Ooh. What time is it? Late enough? Who cares? All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the questions. We're so happy that you guys dig this and chime in and out throughout the night. Awesome. Very, very much appreciate it. Fernando?
Thank you for watching. Any experience with the...
Keep going. We got to end this. The battery's going to go. Thanks. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Sorry. Email the question on one of the videos and we'll get back to you on that one. And we're done for the night.
Thank
Peace
you so
out.
Much.
All right, guys. Bye.